Hello everyone and welcome to Death Mute Studio. In this knee-jerk spoiler-free review, I'm going to be talking about The Suicide Squad, which is currently available in cinemas. Let's have it. Supervillains Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker and a collection of nutty cons at Belle Rev Prison join the super secret, super shady Task Force X as they are dropped off at the remote, enemy-infused island of Corte Maltese. The Suicide Squad is a soft reboot / sequel to David Ayer's 2016 Suicide Squad, which due to studio interference and mismanagement was the equivalent of cinematic explosive diarrhea. So in comes director James Gunn, best known for helming the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I was excited when I heard the news of who was helming the latest Suicide Squad film, as I rate both Guardians of the Galaxy films and some of James Gunn's earlier work such as Super and Sliver. If there's one filmmaker that's shown he can juggle an ensemble cast whilst telling a coherent and entertaining story, it's James Gunn. It's going to be pretty hard not to compare James Gunn's The Suicide Squad with its 2016 predecessor. And without a shadow of doubt, I don't think anyone was seriously asking the question, is it going to be better than 2016 Suicide Squad? Of course it is. From what I've heard, James Gunn had little to no interference during any stage of the production, so it allowed him to make the film that he wanted to make. And surprise surprise, backing a filmmaker's vision always turns out better than interfering or making a film by committee. So it was always as clear as day that this film would be a massive improvement on the 2016 release. And that has completely worked in Gunn's favour, as the previous film lowered the bar to such a degree that it was almost impossible for James Gunn to fail. But is The Suicide Squad a good film without comparing it to the 2016 release? It's okay. I think the hype around this film has been blown way out of proportion. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of things I did like about the film. I liked the pace, it didn't waste too much time with exposition and just got down to it. Despite being exactly the same character, I enjoyed Idris Elba as No Frills Deadshot, and I actually preferred him to Will Smith. The majority of the cast were good and each managed to get their moment of some sort of character development to a degree. John Cena seems to be getting a lot of plaudits for his role as Peacemaker, which is well deserved, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in his own TV show because he looks like he genuinely had a lot of fun in the role. The one character who I'd love to see more of is Polka Dot Man. He was by far the most interesting character. The humour was a bit hit and miss, with some jokes landing while others just seemed a bit forced or too much. I do like James Gunn's sense of humour, but not every character has to be hilarious or adorable. It comes across like all the characters are trying to steal the spotlight, and it throws it all a bit off balance. The action was great, with plenty of gratuitous violence to appease everyone's cinematic bloodlust. We get to see why Harley Quinn is such a threat and why she is banded in with metahumans, which is something we really didn't see enough of in the 2016 version. And we get a better glimpse of her scarred psychology, which is great to see, but I just don't rate her as a character. She just always seems like a cheap imitation of Deadpool, but without the comedic time. As a DC film, it's great, but judge it on its own and it's decent, it's enjoyable. There's plenty there to like, and there's also plenty there to dislike and annoy. If I was forced to watch The Suicide Squad again, I wouldn't whinge about it. I don't think it's as amazing as everyone's making it out to be, but I do think it's a step in the right direction for DC films. And I hope they continue to back the filmmakers like they have done with James Gunn, because if they do, they're going to start getting some really interesting and fun results. So if you've watched The Suicide Squad, what do you think? Do you agree with my initial thoughts? Let me know on social media and the comments section below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, thanks for watching. Ta-da.